All right, let's talk some news.
Oh,
There's two newses. One is not a great news, but um, I was reading the Rika sends us emails, and the Real Estate Council of Alberta, for anyone that doesn't know. And then yesterday it said, in regards to Justin James, and I'm like, oh God, that's two of my names. Don't say Myer, don't say Myer. And it was Fraser, realtor out of, where is he out of? I looked this up. Logic Realty. Oh man, where's Logic Realty? Let me look it up.
I
Uh,
I assumed it was Calgary, but
I think it is. Let me look. Logic Realty. Oh, Edmonton.
Edmonton. Okay.
Edmonton. Yeah, yeah. And anyway, the story is crazy. I'm gonna read the news article first because the
Okay.
news
Yeah.
article kind of covers it a little bit, right? And they released this yesterday, so they got wind of it as well, right? Alberta Realtor's license canceled after sexual assault allegations. The Real Estate Council of Alberta has permanently canceled the license of Justin James Fraser, so close, for violations of the Real Estate Act. A hearing panel found Fraser broke rules. The section states licensees must not physically, sexually, or emotionally or verbally abuse a client, customer, or licensee. Fraser was accused of inappropriate conduct with the client on 4 separate occasions between March and July. I'm going to dig deeper into that because they don't really do it. At the time of the alleged offenses, he was with Logic Realty, wherever that is. On one occasion, he allegedly touched and engaged in sexual acts with the client without her consent on a drive to Vegreville. Well, now I got to Google Vegreville.
Uh,
Maps. Where's Vegreville? Any clue?
yeah. I think it's south.
Oh,
Just
what? Never
southeast
east of Edmonton.
southeast of Edmonton. Yeah.
Kind of like almost dead east. Yeah.
Oh, is it just east? Oh, okay. Sorry. I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah. Yeah, so they were going for a long drive there. On a different occasion, he was accused of exposing his body to the same client on a video call. Um, oh, that's not right. Fraser was represented by counsel for 3 of the 4 dates of the hearing, which happened in 2023. The decision was released on December 20th, 2024. The hearing panel found that Registrar for RICA had proven all 4 allegations on a balance of probabilities and found Fraser worthy of sanctioning. His license was canceled. He was also ordered to pay almost $18,000 in legal costs to RICA. Prior to his lifetime cancellation, he was suspended on October 5th, 2021, pending the outcome of the hearing. They reached out to Alberta Justice to determine if there's criminal charges. So that's a quick synopsis of it. There is a 33-page ruling on it. I haven't read it all, but I don't I okay. I'm
I've,
not bit.
I've read it.
Did you read the whole thing?
Pretty well. I didn't read like there's like
There's a lot of just like
there's a lot of stuff that
boilerplate.
isn't really interesting, but like
Yeah.
I read the stuff that he's alleged. I mean, is it alleged at this point? No.
Well, not if they found it probable that he
Okay,
did it.
but I guess he's not charged he's not convicted legally at the moment, is he?
Right. No, no,
So
that's what Alberta Justice didn't
okay,
do.
so allegedly what he had what Rika basically found him guilty of doing is pretty crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
nuts, and it's deeper than that too. I mean, it's like the sexual stuff that this guy did is pretty deep, but like then they hint to things like he borrowed money from his client's family and couldn't pay it back. Like
Oh.
he owed the woman that he sexually assaulted, allegedly. I'm not what Rika found him
Does
guilty.
say allegation one, two,
Sure.
three, and 4.
That the lady, the victim, yeah, he owed her family like 40 grand that he
Oh,
borrowed. It seemed like there was that he was also he got way too close to the situation.
right.
It just seemed like the guy was a complete slime ball. Like
Yeah.
there's way more stuff than the sexual stuff that was like this guy shouldn't have been a real estate agent.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna read what you just said. CJ, who is the person at the
The
victim,
victim.
provided the investigator with copies of text messages between her and the licensee from April to May. She testified that she did not modify any of the texts, and there is no evidence to suggest she did. Allegation 3 refers to text messages on May 10th, 2019. On the date, the licensee texted, "Hey, pretty lady, I know you're upset with me, like WIT, with me. I'm working on a solution. I'm a broken dude and will do anything I can make to make it right," referring to the $40,000 he had borrowed from CJ's parents. To which CJ replied, "I'm not angry. But if I let you think I am, will you work harder to make it better? He said he cannot work any harder, and CJ replied, I was teasing you, by the way. To which the licensee replied, don't tease me or I will blank in you. Oh, I mean, okay, delete, LOL. They seem like they're having a weird conversation.
Well,
Like, CJ, yeah. So
Yeah.
she says she felt the licensee, Justin James, other, had the power over her based on what he had done to her in March, which was apparently one of those other sexual, and blaming her for the unpaid loan. So, yeah, he borrows the money. He's sending her texts. He's touching her inappropriately.
Yeah, and
Weird guy.
I think, yeah, it seems to me like those texts, he was like felt super comfortable talking to her like that. But
Yeah.
from what I read in the whole thing, none of those comments, from what I understood, were ever reciprocated. They were always just kind of avoided, and he just kind of kept pressing the issue and sending like inappropriate comments like that. And then, but she would never really like.
Yeah. I can get where someone's like, oh, I was just teasing you because they feel uncomfortable. They're like, haha,
Yeah.
stop sending weird emojis, you psycho.
Yeah, and once you read the whole thing and like what happened leading up to that text thread, is you kind of understand where she's where her mind might be.
Yeah.
Pretty like the whole thing's insane. They should make it's probably not long enough for a movie, but
like a 1 hour TV show, like a Law and Order episode,
after school special for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What is going on? So, okay, so she answers a FaceTime call and saw the licensee's head and shoulders. He was wearing a shell necklace and did not appear to have a shirt on. He said that he had been to a friend's funeral earlier in the day and had panned down to his body and he was completely naked.
Yeah.
So she put her phone on her shoulder, and when she peeked at it again, licensee made his wee swing around. This guy's a psychopath. I've never even had those thoughts. Like, this is like Silence of the Lambs type things that he's doing. Like, he is a not well person. So, you know what they need to do? They really need to release, and maybe they did release this full. Oh yeah, you can just get on the RICO website. The 33-page thing, because the news makes it seem like he inappropriately touched her once. And here's the 4 allegations.
Oh no,
right?
like,
yeah,
he raped her.
Right.
Like,
or
not even basically.
Yeah.
that's
like
allegations.
Yeah, it says inappropriate sexual language and gestures towards her. Specifically Unit 109. Oh my god, I need to Google what Unit 109 means. Okay.
Yeah, it's
it's a viewing. Okay. During a showing of Unit 109, the licensee commented that CJ's countertop was perfect height to have sex while making sexual gestures with his body. Oh my god. He is so crazy. So you would think that, why does she keep going out on places with this guy after first? Like, I'm not victim blaming, but here's the timeline. March 9th, he does that. Makes a sexual, like, let's have sex in this unit. March 10, more sexual language and texting. So maybe that's him following up on it. March 22nd, touching and engaging in sexual acts. So she met him in person again 2 weeks after that. And then July 6th, then he made the phone call exposing himself. So you think that you would just never answer a phone call? I'm not victim blaming, but you know what I mean.
No,
like,
there's
weird about their situation.
Yeah, no, there's more to the story when you read the whole thing. So, like, before his comment in Unit 109, I guess CJ's life partner, I'm not sure what that means, had made a comment that just off the cuff comment that may have set the tone for everything. Right. And then it seemed to me like they, or at least they, in the 33-page recap thing, they made it sound like there was some connection that happened in between that showing and the Vegreville incident. Yes, there were text messages and stuff like that, but the realtor mentioned, like, hey, we've met our family, we've met family, because there's so I think they borrowed money in the meantime because he's like, we're family basically, and I need your help to go pick up a car out in Vegreville.
Oh, okay.
So it seemed like there was like some friendship or something, had some sort of a relationship, whether business friendship had started.
Yeah.
In the meantime, and you know, he had borrowed 40 grand from her parents, so yeah, like he begged her for help to go and pick up a car in Vegreville.
Oh.
And that's when alleged accounts 2 and 3 happened.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit more complex than that. So like, there's some reason why she would need to kind of be involved, because
right.
you know, he borrowed 40 grand.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's insanity. And the fact that he was only fined $17,950 is crazy. Also, he's never gonna have to pay that, because they fine you, and then what are they gonna do? Like, you just go, I'm not a realtor anymore, so go get me. Now, the Real Estate Council of Alberta is the government, or they have ministerial powers, so I'm sure they could come after him. But he borrowed 40. He's gonna have to pay back 17.9. Anyway, I don't know.
I mean, I hope something happens with him criminally. I don't know I don't know what's happening with that, but in from what I read, something at least needs to be seriously looked at there.
Right.
This guy shouldn't be on the streets.
Yeah, I mean, he sounds like his arguments back. I put it in the chat if anyone wants to read it. Like, his arguments back are, well, she was wearing it, you know, like, he's just he's a psychopath. Like, he is obviously not well.
He basically didn't come up with any evidence at all.
No.
And then he tried to stop this whole thing and said, like, well, I'll just stop being a realtor for life. I'll just voluntarily do it.
And they said that was not going to happen.
Like, no, this is serious.
Yeah. You are also not going to be a realtor for life.
Yeah.
But like, he's arguing like, my Jeep is an automatic, not a standard.
Yeah.
Like, how could I have done those crazy sexual things in a Jeep? Like, okay. Anyway.
Why would my hand be on the shifter of an automatic? It's like, that doesn't matter. Like,
okay, here's a good sentence. Fact 59. The fact that CJ did not immediately cease associating with licensee after he sexually abused her is not grounds for impugning her credibility. As stated by Manitoba Court Appeal, the accused submission of the complainant's credibility as to her versions of the events was undermined because it did not conform to some idealized standard of conduct. Okay, there. I that's what I was like, victim blaming in my brain. Like, yeah, why are you? But obviously, there's other things going on there.
Absolutely.
Like, it says
she actually explains
not unattested assumptions of the victim's likely behavior based on myths and stereotypes. The expectation that a victim of sexual violence will stop associating with the perpetrator is an unfounded myth, and the panel draws no negative inference for her behavior. Okay, but that was my question, because I've never been in that situation.
Of course.
And if some guy was assaulting me, I would assault him, and then we would never speak again. I wouldn't answer the phone. Like, you know what I mean? There was a realtor that annoyed me the other day, and I put on there, like, do not answer this phone call ever again, Val. And and that's gonna happen for me. Like, so I guess I'm wired different, or it's a totally less traumatic experience being annoyed by a realtor from Calgary, by the way, or that. So yeah, and she actually kind of explains why she kept in contact in somewhere in that document. She's like there was this and there was this and there was this and there was this, and oh, by the way, he also owed my family 40 grand. So I kind of felt, and they were bugging me about getting that money back. So you know, here's what she says. Finally, the fact that CJ did not refer to the sexual penetration in her original complaint does not impugn her credibility. CJ explained she did not include the assault in her initial complaint because it was very painful and traumatic, because her partner made the initial complaint and she had not told him about that incident, and she wasn't certain if Rika had jurisdiction over that kind of incident, and because the licensee owed her parents money, she didn't want him to lose his license and not be able to pay them back. The panel accepts that or any other reasons that she could have been factors for not reporting it originally. So
Yeah.
he was arguing she didn't report it, so it didn't happen. And then they're like, yeah.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I mean, keep in mind too, she had a life partner, like a husband. I'm not sure what the situation is there, but she had somebody she was romantically involved with, so, and then she gets sexually assaulted, that's kind of hard to tell your partner, as well. So yeah, I mean, all of it makes complete sense to me. I hope this guy goes to jail for a long time.
Yeah. The sanctions are nothing. Like, it's not, $17,000 is nothing. He's obviously never allowed to be a realtor ever again, and good riddance to bad rubbish. Like, we have enough realtors. We don't need people like that.
It sounds like he shouldn't have been to begin with.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, anyway, I'll put the are we allowed in Canada to share news yet? I don't think we are.
Yeah.
ETV news. Nope. Still can't do it.
On Facebook.
Yeah, government regulation.
No, you're not allowed. In fact, I actually...
Canada likes that. I think Canada did it on purpose.
I was actually thinking about this the other day. I actually kind of like it.
Can't share news on...
No, I like not getting news on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like it. Like, because... I just like it. I mean, I also, on the other hand, I like the access to news that I had when it was available on Facebook. But on the other hand, I like the fact that it's not there.
There's other ways to get it if you want it.
Exactly.
But even just be like, I can't share a link with somebody.
Yeah.
Might be news like that. Yeah, I get it. All right. Well, good riddance, bad rubbish. That's all I'll say on that.